everybody. Today it very much is good morning because it is 9:30 a.m. and it's the final round of the Olympiad. Woo! Like what? It's crazy. It's passed by so quickly. Round 11 is happening and it's happening early because the round starts at 11 a.m., which is in just 1.5 hours. I think that playing chess before 12 p.m. should be illegal. I am barely awake right now, but I just went down to have breakfast, so I've been having a good, energized breakfast, and I have something to tell you. Wait. The other day I said that mandarins are the best fruit. I have regretted that choice. This is the best fruit. I was having so many of these last night. These are amazing. Like, why do we not eat these kind of fruits more? I never eat them at home. I only eat bananas and I'm so bored. Why don't they have fruits like this? They're so good. Anyways, oh, it's dropping. I'm gonna have one more banana and then I'm basically gonna put on the Sweden clothes and then I'm gonna go to the playing hall. I'm considering if I should wear something else, but it also feels nice to wear the Sweden clothes on the final day. You know, team spirit. We're facing Mongolia today, which is a very strong team, but they decided to not put their strongest team out. So their board two, one or two is sitting out, which means that it's going to be a slightly weaker team than usually. My opponent, she's very strong. She's like 22 or 2300, but she's not been having a great tournament. She's losing 40 points of rating and she's lost a lot of games. So I'm hoping that I can do something. If we win today, if Sweden wins the match, it would be huge. We would end up on an amazing placement. Like, we would probably get top 20, which would be absolutely incredible considering that there's over 150 teams. So basically the final result of the tournament will be determined today, and it will be all based on how it goes today. If we lose, it'll be a tournament. If we tie, it'll be a pretty good tournament. And if we win, it would be an amazing tournament. So let's make it an amazing tournament. Time to go to the playing hall. Wish me luck. I just finished my game and wow, this was an absolutely crazy game. Sweden was facing Mongolia, and Mongolia we knew was quite a strong team. I mean, they've defeated Spain, they've defeated, I think, France, so they were playing very, very well. But I was playing against Kuzlen Erdenebayar, who's a woman FIDE master from Mongolia, rated 22-29. And she hadn't had such a good tournament up until this point. So I was feeling a bit optimistic, you know, like going into the game like you should. Like when you're playing a chess tournament, you should feel optimistic. You should feel like, you know, we can do this. So the game started with 1d4 and I replied d5, c4, e6, and I was kind of just blitzing out these first moves. This is the Queen's Gambit decline, the exchange variation, which is when you take here. I was just blitzing out all these moves because I had looked at the theory of this. So I knew exactly what to do here. h6, bishop h4, rook e8, knight f3. Now I just brought out my bishop defending this pawn. Now she played knight e5. And here I just played c5 knowing that this was theory. She castled. I took, knight c6. She took, and went h3 because I'm threatening right now. If she does something random, I have the very nasty move, bishop takes h2. And if she takes, I can go knight g4 check. Now if she goes here, I'll take the bishop. And if she goes king g3, I have g3 winning the game because the bishop is trapped. So, you know, here she played h3. And here I decided to start thinking because I wasn't really sure, like this is where I knew that the theory went. I wasn't really sure exactly what to do here. I thought, okay, maybe I should go rook b8 and then rook b4. I was thinking about this. I was thinking maybe I should go like bishop e7. But the only plan that really seemed very active to me that I really liked was going g5. And this felt like a bit of a crazy move. But yeah, I just went g5. She played bishop g3. And then here I was calculating a lot of different things because I realized that I probably do not want to play something like queen b8, which was my initial thought, because then she will play maybe f4 at some point. So I played knight h5, threatening the bishop, and she went knight e2, defending it. And now I play this really nice move, knight f4, and now after this, I am basically just better. Like, here I'm just doing really good, because with this maneuver, I am preventing this f-pawn from pushing, and now she's kind of locked in. So I think here she didn't really know exactly what to do. She played king h2, which to me seemed super strange, as she was placing the king on the same diagonal as the bishop. And here, I was kind of calculating what happens if she would have taken this pawn, but I realized that she just can't really do it. I mean, the bishop is hanging, but after something like takes, if she could take this pawn. But I realized here, for instance, let's say that she would go something like takes, and take here. The problem is that I have the move f3. That is the main idea. So now her king is going to get completely exploited. The knight is going to have to move. So that isn't good. So yeah, so she played king h2, and I played this move king h8, which I think is a bit strange. The idea was to place a rook on g8, and then like for her to never have any checks here. And I thought that was kind of like a fancy, cool move. Like, oh, look at me, I'm doing this cool king move. But I'm not sure it was that good, to be honest. But yeah, it was a bit slow. She went knight g1, which I wasn't really expecting, and I played rook c8, which is a totally fine move. But I kind of feel like here I should have been a bit faster. Like, I should have put a little bit more of, like, you know, I should go queen f6, h5, h4. Like, I don't really think I need to care about this pawn. But yeah, I was also a bit worried about this pawn. So that was the reason I went rook c8. She played rook d1, and now I finally went queen f6 with the idea once again of going h5, h4. And here she decided to take. So I took here with the bishop. I had 17 minutes at this point left, and she had 28. So we were doing like pretty okay with time. But here, after she went g3, I spent way too much time calculating if I can sacrifice this bishop. Like, I thought I could maybe go rook g8 here and sacrifice the bishop. And then after takes, go queen f4 check. And I was like looking at this crazy line and then going bishop h3, bishop takes h3. And now if knight takes h3, queen f3 check, king h2, g4, knight g1, queen f4 here. But then king g2 is the only move. Wow, because if this, rook g5 wins, which is what I kind of calculated. But yeah, king g2, yeah, I think I was looking at this. And now the idea is that if I go something like this, she can just go queen d2 and trade queens. So yeah, I was looking at this and I was calculating this for way too long. Like, I should just have played bishop d6 instantly. And I think this was probably my biggest mistake this game. Like, in this position, I'm doing pretty good with time. I have 17 minutes versus 27. It's fine. I need to just insta-play bishop d6. I can't spend like 12 minutes calculating rook g8. So this was, I think, my biggest mistake. Bishop d6 was the best move, but now I just had so little time left. She went king g2, and here I had two ideas, which were c5 and h5. I decided to go for h5. She played rook d2, and I think now I should just have gone instantly g4. I played c5 now, but I think this is bad because, one, I open up the position, but two, I allow her queen to go to a much more active square where it is attacking this pawn. So here I should just have played g4 and then just moved on. But I played this, and now I went g4, she took, I took, and now she played this move bishop e2, but the position is not as good as it was before. I thought in this position that I'm just completely winning. Like, I thought I was just checkmating, basically. She went bishop e2, and I pretty quickly played queen g6. Here I should go either queen g5 or rook g8. And yeah, I didn't really realize that this made such a big difference, but it does. So yeah, this was very annoying that I didn't go queen g5. I was gonna go queen g5, and I was kind of tossing a coin, like, should I go here or here? But I didn't really think it mattered, and I kind of liked the idea of having all these checks. But yeah, queen g5 was better. So here I went queen g6, defending this pawn. She went queen a4, which was a move that I missed. I played rook e7, defending. She went check. And here I played the move f6 with the idea of placing my rook on h7 and then, you know, checkmating. But here I had kind of lost the thread of the position. And in a few moves, like from basically playing this move c5, now I've kind of lost the of the position, if you know what I mean. So I've kind of lost the red thread. And now her pieces are all of a sudden getting very active, which I didn't really realize that they were getting. So I played rook c7 here, defending. And now she went rook takes e6, which was just a move that I did not realize was as strong as it is. So now she's slightly better. The game has turned around like chess games do sometimes. But she took on g4, and now the only move I have to not lose instantly is to go f5, sacrificing a pawn, which I did not see whatsoever. With the idea of after this going rook e5 and not letting her knight get out quickly enough. Yeah, so I didn't see this. I just simply moved my rook. And now basically after knight f3, she's threatening to go rook h1 and pin my queen. And I now realize that I'm probably losing the game. And this was the most like gut-wrenching moment because I really felt like I had been better for like the whole game. And I was just so annoyed that I hadn't been able to like really squeeze the position and that I'd kind of lost thread of it. It felt like I was just collapsing and I just didn't understand where it all had gone wrong, but now I realize obviously where it's all gone wrong. But yeah, it just felt like I was collapsing. So I went queen g7. She took this pawn, and now the problem is that my bishop is hanging as well. And then, you know, we did a few more moves. I was just trying to stop all her checks, but she was so good with tactics. Like, she saw everything. King h6, and now, after here, I took the bishop. She didn't even take my queen. She went queen g4 check. And now the problem is that when I move my queen somewhere, yeah, I don't really know where I'm going to go. She's just going to take my queen, and then she's going to take my rook. So here I resigned, and I lost the game, which was very unfortunate because I had a really good opening and a really good middle game. And it was basically up until I played this move bishop d6 and started feeling really stressed that I had played really well, but after that it kind of collapsed, which was sad. I think I felt a lot of pressure because I felt like this game really mattered. I knew that I had seen that Lavinia, our board 4, had lost. I had seen that my mom had drawn, and I thought Inna was going to draw as well. And so I thought if I win this game, we would tie against Mongolia, which would be a great result for Sweden, which would make us get quite a good placement in the Olympiad. So I felt like everything was lying on my game. And I think that made me like kind of nervous during the game, and it kind of got to me. So yeah, it's not good. Like, you shouldn't feel pressure when you play chess because the worst thing that can happen is for you to lose, which is not the end of the world. But it's so easy for us as human beings to feel pressure in events such as the Olympiad. And I really felt that, especially in the Olympiad, like much more than in a regular open tournament where my results don't really matter as much. So it was a bit sad. It ended up with Inna losing as well. So unfortunately, everybody on the team lost against Mongolia, apart from my mom. She saved the draw. But yeah, it ended up with us not getting such a good placement. I think we ended up getting... Wait, let me check actually. We ended up getting 46th in the Olympiad. And that is kind of sad because it's lower than our starting rank. So of course it didn't go super well. I think what's even sadder is the fact that Norway got 45th, which means that they got one placement higher than us, and Sweden always tries to be the best Scandinavian team, so we didn't get that. There's a bit of rivalry, you see, between Sweden and Norway, so that is why Sweden always absolutely wants to get in front of Norway. So yeah, we were a bit sad about that. But yeah, so our starting rank was 33rd, we got 46th, a little bit lower than that. I think for me, this has been a really cool experience. I've absolutely loved playing the Olympiad, especially playing the Olympiad together with my family and the rest of the Swedish team. They're all amazing. And I think the biggest takeaway that I'm getting out of this is that I have spent so much time learning openings here that I feel like there's a whole world of chess that I haven't even touched because I've only been playing, and to be fair, I haven't really been preparing this amount in other tournaments, but here every single day I would prepare chess for 2-3 hours, and I've learned so many chess openings, so I'm really excited to play more and try out all these openings. And I'm also happy that I've gotten good positions in almost all games at some point. I think my worst game was definitely the one against Paraguay, which I lost. So yeah, it was one or two really bad games that I played, I think, but the rest I think I played pretty well. And so, you know, we move upwards and forward, and this was such a cool experience, and I'm so thankful to all of you for having been rooting and watching every single day. And so yeah, thank you so much for rooting for my team, for rooting for me, and for watching all these recaps. It's been so much fun to do them, and I can't wait for my next chess tournament. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you've thought about the whole Olympiad and what your favorite game has been. And I'll see you all in my next video. Also, before anything else, huge congrats to Team India, who got gold both in the open section and the women's section. India's just killing it. They're playing so well, and so cool to see that they won the Olympiad on both sections. So big congrats to India. And let me also put in here a few shots from the closing ceremony so you can see how it was. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, once again for watching the Olympiad, and enjoy the closing ceremony.